This is the Sleep Story Temple, where stories become medicine, and ancient wisdom carries you into deep rest. Breathe gently, and let us begin tonight's journey. Get comfortable, close your eyes, or let them grow heavy. Allow your breath to become soft and slow. Tonight, we walk into a forest at night. Tall trees rise like quiet pillars. Branches whisper in a language older than words. The path under your feet is soft with needles and moss. Somewhere far away, a small stream keeps its own gentle song. You are not here to be tested. You are not here to perform. You are here to rest in a deeper kind of silence. The Christian mystic Meister Eckhart once spoke of God not only as light, but as a kind of holy darkness, a darkness where thoughts grow quiet, images fall away, and something deeper than understanding holds you. In this story, we will not argue or explain. We will sit with him in the forest of the soul, where God is nearer than your thinking and kinder than your fear. You do not need to know how to pray. You do not need the right words. You are allowed to simply be here in the whispering dark and let yourself be gently held. The forest has accepted you. You are already inside it. Somewhere behind you is the road, the noise, the day. Ahead, only a path and the soft patience of trees. The night is not empty. It is full of quiet things. The smell of damp earth, the coolness that rises from the ground, the faint sound of a distant stream thinking its slow thoughts in the dark. You walk without hurrying. There is nothing to catch up to, nothing you have to fix before you can rest. Each step is a small release. The body understands this before the mind does. Needles and leaves soften the sound of your feet. Branches arch overhead like a vaulted chapel made of wood and sky. Far above, the stars are small and very calm. Take a breath in through the nose. Let it fall all the way down toward the belly. Let the out-breath be longer. As you exhale, feel your shoulders drop just a little. The forest is listening, but it does not judge. It has seen storms and kings and winters pass through its ribs. Tonight, it sees you. Somewhere in this forest is a man with a strange, gentle courage. Meister Eckhart, a Christian mystic who dared to say that God is not a small picture we hold up in the light, but a vastness that sometimes feels like darkness because it is closer than we are used to. He spoke of silence as a way God speaks. he spoke of unknowing as a door, not a failure. You do not need to remember his name. You do not need to study his words. Tonight, you only walk the path where his insight lives. The trees thin ahead. You come to a clearing. In the center is a simple wooden bench and a stone cross half covered in moss. A small lantern hangs from a low branch, its flame very soft, more ember than blaze. This is not a grand cathedral. No crowd, no stained glass, only a small circle of ground and the sound of your own breath. You sit. The bench is cool and sturdy. The wood has carried many tired bodies. It knows how to hold weight without comment. Let your body be heavy here. Let the bench carry more of you. You have tried to carry so much today. In this clearing, we listen for a different kind of voice, the voice of silence, not the silence of loneliness where everything feels far away, the silence where you realize that something has been here all along, waiting for you to stop shouting over it. Meister Eckhart once preached that God's word is spoken in the deepest ground of the soul, where no image lives, where no noise survives. Imagine that ground as the soil beneath the forest. Roots spread there, stones rest there, water moves slowly there. On the surface, wind and leaves and weather. Underneath, a thick, quiet welcome. Your thoughts are like the wind in the branches. They rustle, they shift, they start and stop. The ground of your soul is the quiet beneath that rustle. It is not shaken by every passing idea. Take another breath. In, soft and easy. Out, just a touch longer. You do not need to stop thinking. You do not need to clear your mind. You only need to notice that silence is already here between the thoughts, under the thoughts, around the thoughts. The forest helps you see it. Listen. There is the creak of a branch, then nothing. There is the distant call of an owl, then nothing. There is your own breath. Then a pause where nothing is demanded of you. This pause is not a mistake. It is the room where God can move without being pushed. Eckhart said that if you want to hear God, you must become empty of noise and clinging, not empty of yourself as a beloved being, but empty of what crushes you. The forest does not cling to every leaf that falls. It lets go. It lets seasons turn. In this clearing, you are allowed to do the same. You do not have to hold every worry tonight. You do not have to fix every story. Picture, beside the bench, a simple wooden box. Its lid is open. Inside, soft cloth. Anything that insists on staying loud in your mind can rest there for now. One by one, without rushing, you imagine placing these weights into the box. A conversation that went wrong, a decision that haunts you, a fear about tomorrow, a question about God you have tried to solve 1,000 ways. You do not destroy them. You do not deny them. You only let them rest outside your arms for this night. Close the lid gently. Set the box beside the cross. You can pick it up in the morning if you must. Tonight, you are allowed to sit without carrying everything at once. The silence grows thicker, but not heavier, more like a cloak than a stone. You may notice a softer kind of awareness standing just beside you, as if someone is sharing this bench. No blazing vision, no booming voice, only the sense that you are not alone in the quiet. Eckhart believed that God meets us most deeply, not in the noise of our thoughts, but in this simple being. Not in saying many words, but in sitting as we truly are before the one who already knows. You do not have to understand what is happening. You do not have to feel anything special. The forest is doing its work. The silence is doing its work. God, if that word is dear to you, is doing His work in depths you cannot map. Let your jaw loosen. Let your hands uncurl. Let the muscles around your eyes forget to hold on. If thoughts return, they are only birds landing on branches for a moment. They come, they go. The tree does not chase them. The ground does not chase them. You do not have to chase them. Here, in this whispering forest, silence is not empty. It is full of a presence that does not need proof. You are sitting in the voice of silence. And the voice is saying, without words, you are seen. You are held. You may rest now. The forest holds you. Time has slowed. The bench remembers your weight. Above you, branches move in shapes you cannot see clearly. You see shadows, suggestions, small glints of starlight between leaves. You do not need more than this. Somewhere in the dark, a twig cracks under the foot of a small animal. It passes. The quiet returns. Inside you, something similar is happening. Impressions, thoughts, feelings move across the surface. Then, quiet. Meister Eckhart loved this quiet, not because nothing happens in it, but because something true is finally allowed to happen. He used images to talk about a mystery too large for plain explanation. Tonight, we let those images come and sit beside you. The first image is the ground, not the ground you walk on, though the two are cousins, the ground of the soul. Imagine the forest floor, thick with old leaves, soft with moss, roots woven underneath like unseen fingers holding everything. The wind touches the top branches. Rain drums on the canopy. Storms shout, then move on. But the ground remains steady. It absorbs. It supports. It is not thrown into the air by every weather. Eckhart believed that deep within you there is such a ground. Not a performance ground. Not the place that runs around trying to be enough. A simple, stable, quiet center where God meets you without costume. For a moment, feel your own weight again. The way your body rests on mattress, cushion, floor. Let that contact remind you that there is a deeper contact inside you. Thoughts come and go. Feelings rise and fall. Roles appear and dissolve. But there is a place in you that does not become each passing thing. It is the forest floor, the ground where God and soul touch in silence. Eckhart spoke of God being born there, not like a loud celebration, more like a candle being lit in an already waiting room. Imagine now a tiny chapel off to one side of the clearing. You stand and walk toward it. The chapel is small, stone and wood, with a simple door left slightly open. Inside, it is very plain. No crowd, no music. Only a stone altar, a wooden chair, and one candle waiting unlit. You step in and sit in the chair. The forest sounds become more distant, as if the walls are not blocking them, but holding them gently at the edge. The candle's wick is untouched. The room already exists, but light has not yet arrived. Eckhart might say that when we are busy with our own noise, our own images of God, the wick is there, but the flame has no room. We carry pictures of how it should feel. We carry stories about who we must be to deserve presence. These are like smoke that fills the chapel before the candle has even been lit. The birth of God in the soul is not you creating God. It is more like you finally getting out of the way enough for the quiet flame to be seen. In your mind, see a small hand reach forward. Someone, you may call him Christ or simply Grace, touches a match to the wick. The flame appears without a sound. The room is changed. Shadows soften. Corners become kind. But nothing shouted. This is the kind of birth Eckhart trusted. No spiritual fireworks. No performance. Just a gentle appearing of what has been true all along. That God is closer to you than your own thoughts about God. Take a slow breath in. As you breathe, imagine you are not summoning God. You are only allowing the candle to burn freely. On the exhale, imagine letting go of one picture of how your spiritual life was supposed to look. You don't have to know which picture. It might simply be the image of always being behind. Let that image take one step back in the room. The flame remains. Another of Eckhart's images is the window. Picture the chapel wall with a small, round window. For many years, it has gathered dust, spider webs, smoke. People who enter think the day is dim. They assume the sun is weak. But outside, light has always been strong. It is the glass that has been clouded. Eckhart would say that God's presence is like that light, steady and bright. And our thoughts, fears, and clinging are like the dust. The work is not to drag the sun closer. The work is to gently wipe the glass. In your own life, you may have felt unworthy of light. You may have learned to expect judgment where you longed for mercy. Those expectations are dust, not truth. Imagine now your hand picking up a soft cloth. You stand and walk to the window. You begin to wipe one small circle in the center. You do not have to clean the entire pane. Just one circle. With each motion, a little more light comes through. Not blinding, just enough to see that the room is held by something larger. Think of one belief that has clouded your sense of God. Maybe God is disappointed in me. Maybe I must be useful to be loved. You do not have to argue with it tonight. You only press the cloth gently against it and say, I am willing to see through this a little. The sun does the rest. Eckhart also spoke of an eye with which the soul sees God, and of God seeing the soul with that same eye. We can feel this without understanding it fully. Imagine that somewhere in your chest there is a quiet place that simply knows when something is real and when it is pretending. Not the anxious mind, not the critic. A soft, steady knowing. That knowing is like the eye of the soul. When you let the room go quiet, when you let the window clear even a little, that eye opens. And what it sees is not an image with beard and throne. It sees a presence that is both beyond you and deeply within you. Like standing in the forest clearing and feeling that the sky is not something out there, but a vastness that also quietly exists in the deepest part of your chest. The eye of your soul and the gaze of God meet there, not as two, as one simple seeing. You do not have to force this. You do not have to chase an experience. Simply notice that when you are very quiet, very honest, and even a little empty of pretending, something peaceful starts to feel true. It may be small, it may be wordless, but it is real. That quiet truth is the birth Eckhart trusted, the divine life showing itself in the ground of your soul. You sit again in the chapel chair, candle burning, window gently clearer. Outside, the forest breathes. Inside, you breathe. Nothing spectacular has happened, and yet the room feels different. A little more spacious, a little more honest, a little more alive with a presence you do not have to manage. Take another slow breath in, as if the light were simply arriving. Out, as if you were making room for that light to settle deeper. The divine birth is not an exam. It is a quiet relationship between your deepest self and the one who has always lived there. Eckhart would invite you to trust this more than your worries, to believe that God is nearer than your ideas about God. As you leave the little chapel and step back into the forest clearing, the candle's glow follows you in the chest. The night is still dark, but something within you has a small, steady flame. In the next part of our journey, we will explore how letting go, becoming gently empty of clinging and fear, opens even more space for this quiet union to rest in you as you fall toward sleep. You step back into the clearing. The forest receives you again. The little chapel behind you glows faintly through its window. A quiet warmth in the dark. The candle remains there, but its light seems to echo in your chest. You walk slowly, not toward any particular place, just along the path that threads between trees. The air is cooler now. Your breath leaves in a soft cloud. Each exhale feels like setting something down. Meister Eckhart spoke often about letting go, detachment, Gelassenheit. The word can sound harsh, as if you must rip your heart away from everything it loves. But his letting go was not violence. It was trust. He was not asking you to stop loving. He was asking you to stop clinging in ways that hurt you. There is a difference between holding a friend's hand and crushing it, between loving the world and believing you alone must carry it. Eckhart said that to find God, we must become empty, not empty like a broken glass cast aside, empty like a clear cup ready to receive. You reach a fallen log beside the path, soft with moss. You sit down for a moment. The night gathers around you like a cloak, not tight, comforting. Feel your body again, the way it touches what supports it. Notice where you are still gripping. Jaw, shoulders, stomach, hands. You have been trying so hard for so long, trying to understand, trying to get life right, trying to please God or others or your own harsh inner voice. For a moment, Eckhart invites you to stop trying. He believed that when we finally rest from all our spiritual projects, from all our anxious reaching, God has room to simply be, but in us. Imagine now that you carry a bundle. You may not see its details, but you know its weight. Expectations, regrets, roles, explanations. You have dragged this bundle through many days and nights. Here, on this log, you are invited to set it down, not throw it away, not burn it. Just lower it to the forest floor for a while. You see your hands loosen. The bundle rests at your feet. Your arms feel lighter, almost empty. This emptiness is not loneliness. It is space. Space for breath. Space for God. Take a slow inhale. Notice how easily the air fills the room inside your chest when it is not crowded by constant gripping. On the exhale, whisper inside, if you like, "Let God be God in me." You do not have to feel anything particular. The whisper itself is a small opening. Eckhart sometimes compared our ideas and grasping to clothing. Useful, but not who we are. You cannot meet the wind skin to skin if you never remove the heavy coat. You cannot feel water if you cling to gloves, even in the river. In the same way, we often wear layers of concepts about God, about ourselves, about how it all must work, so thick that we no longer feel the living presence beneath them. Letting go is unbuttoning those outer layers, not because they are evil, but because they are not needed in this moment. You sit and sense one such layer. Perhaps it is the belief that you must always be productive to have worth. Perhaps it is a rigid picture of how spiritual you should be by now. Perhaps it is a fear that if you stop trying, everything will fall apart. You do not argue with it. You simply imagine slipping one arm out of that heavy coat, then the other. You fold it gently and place it on the bundle at your feet. The night air touches your shoulders. Cool, strange, honest. Underneath the coat of stories, you are still here, breathing, held. This is the emptiness Eckhart trusted. Not a void of meaning, but a freeing from what is false. He would say, that in this inner nakedness, this simple being, God and the soul are most closely joined, not as two things staring at one another, but as one life flowing quietly. The forest around you is a good teacher. The trees are not reciting explanations. They are not checking if they have grown enough. They are simply rooted, simply reaching, simply being what they are in the presence of the sky. You are allowed to be like that with God. No speech, no script, no mask. Just yourself, as you are in this moment, in this body, in this silence. If thoughts come, they can sit beside you on the log. You do not have to shove them away. You also do not have to serve them tea. Let them be. The deeper union Eckhart loved does not happen by chasing thoughts. It happens when you rest as the one who notices them, the quiet ground beneath their noise. In that ground, he believed, God is always at work, wordlessly, patiently, without drama. Take another breath. In, soft. Out, long. If a prayer wants to rise, let it be very simple. Here I am. Or, be here in me. If no prayer comes, that is also fine. Your sitting is already a kind of prayer. The forest does not need your explanation to be itself. God does not need your speeches to know you. Slowly, you stand from the log. You leave the bundle there, just for tonight. The path ahead is a little clearer. You are carrying less. As you walk, the trees seem a little taller, the sky a little wider, the darkness a little softer. This is what union in emptiness can feel like. Not fireworks, but a deep, quiet, okay-ness. With being here, with being held, with not needing to hold it all alone. In the next part of our journey, we will turn this gentle emptiness into simple night contemplations, ways of breathing and seeing that let your body, your mind, and your soul settle even more into the peace that waits beneath thinking. The path grows softer. Your steps grow slower. You are no longer walking to get somewhere. You are walking inside a prayer that doesn't need words. Meister Eckhart loved this kind of prayer. Not many phrases, not many promises, just a deep, honest being before God. Tonight, we will let a few simple images rest inside you, like stones at the bottom of a clear pool. You do not need to remember them all. You do not need to repeat them perfectly. Let them pass by the way constellations pass above the trees. There, if you look, quiet. If you don't. First, feel your body. You can imagine yourself sitting still on that forest log or lying where you are now. Notice the weight of you, the way the ground or the bed refuses to let you fall. You are held even when you do not notice. Let your breath be your only task. In soft and slow. Out a little longer. If you like numbers, you can count silently. In for 4. Hold for 1. Out for 6. If numbers feel like work, ignore them. Let the breath find its own rhythm. Now, imagine yourself as a tree in this forest. Your thoughts are like leaves high in the branches. They tremble when wind passes. They flash light and shadow. Your feelings are like birds that visit and fly away. You are the trunk, the roots, the ground. When a thought arrives, a memory, a worry, an old sentence about yourself, notice it as a leaf moving. You do not have to fix the leaf. You do not have to chase the bird. You can simply rest as the solid part beneath all that motion. Breath in. I am here. Breath out. I am held. Eckhart might say that God meets you not in the leaf's swirl, but in the stillness of the trunk. Now, lift your attention gently upward. Above the forest is a wide night sky. Some clouds move slowly. Some stars are clear. Think of your thoughts as those clouds. They gather, they thin, they drift. The sky does not argue with them. It does not cling to any particular shape. It simply holds them until they change. You, in your deepest ground, are like that sky. God, in his vastness, is also like that sky. There is a place where your sky and God's sky are the same, but silence. You do not have to reach it. It is already here, wrapped around you, within you, under your ribs, above your thoughts. Let one simple line float through you. God is nearer than my thinking. You don't have to force belief. You only let the words rest on the surface of your awareness, like a fallen leaf on water. If you feel tension in your forehead, your jaw, your throat, exhale there. Imagine the breath moving out through that place, like wind clearing a small patch of sky. Again, slow inhale, even slower exhale. Another of Eckhart's themes is that we do not need many words to pray. Sometimes one word is enough. If the name Jesus is dear to you, you can let it rise on the in-breath and rest on the out-breath. If Lord or Beloved or simply God feels safer, you may use that. If no name feels right, you can breathe with a simple phrase. In, you are here. Out, I am here. The forest does not need long explanations to be itself. Neither do you in the presence of God. Now, bring your attention to your heart area. Not to analyze feelings, just to notice that this space is always quietly working, always quietly receiving and giving. Imagine there a small, steady light, not a harsh spotlight, a candle, like the one in the chapel. You sit beside it. You do not have to stare at it. You only know it is there. Eckhart's birth of God in the soul can be felt as this simple awareness. There is a warmth in you that you did not make. When you breathe, you feed it. When you let go of grasping, it glows a little clearer. As you lie here, you can quietly think, in this silence, you are born in me again. No drama, no pressure, only the sense that the source is not far away. If difficult memories or images rise up, do not fight them. See them as visitors entering the edge of the clearing. They do not have to come to the center. They do not have to sit by the candle. You can nod to them and let them stay at the tree line. The center is for you and God and this quiet light. You might whisper inside, all that I cannot carry, wait at the edge tonight. Your soul is not the sum of your problems. It is the space in which they appear and disappear. Eckhart would say that in that deepest space, God and soul touch. Let one more line rest in you. In this darkness, God is not absent. God is simply unseen and near. If sleep begins to blur the edges of these words, let it. You do not fail the meditation by drifting off. Falling asleep inside this quiet is its own kind of prayer. The forest will keep watch. God will keep watch. You are allowed to soften, to sink, to become very small and very safe. In the next part of our journey, we will listen to a few stories of ordinary people who discovered this stillness in their own nights. For now, stay with the breath. In, as if the forest were breathing you in. Out, as if you were exhaling into the wide heart of God. Nothing clever, nothing big. Just this, you, this night, this silence, and a presence that needs no proof to hold you. The forest has grown familiar now. You know the rhythm of its quiet. Crunch, soft earth, breath, pause. Somewhere deeper in the trees are lives like yours, tired, seeking, held in ways they did not expect. Tonight, we visit a few of them, not saints in stained glass, just human souls who stumbled into stillness, and found grace waiting there. You do not have to remember their names, only their rest. There was once a monk who could not stop thinking. He came to the monastery hoping for peace. Instead, he found his mind louder than ever. Every time he sat in his cell, the flood began. Memories, arguments, lists of what he had done wrong. He read every book he could find. He recited long prayers until his throat ached. Still, the noise stayed. One evening, an elder monk found him pacing in the cloister, eyes tired, lips moving with silent sentences. "Brother," the elder asked, "why do you run in circles inside your own head?" "I am trying to reach God," the younger answered, "by thoughts, by words, by effort." The elder smiled, a small, knowing smile. "Sit with me," he said. They went to a small bench beneath a tree, not so different from yours. They sat. The night air cooled. The sounds of the monastery grew quiet. The younger monk waited for instructions, for a formula, a technique, a list. None came. After a long silence, he grew restless. "What shall I say?" he whispered. The elder shook his head. "Say nothing." "How do I pray then?" "By being here." The younger monk felt almost angry. "If I do nothing, how will God know I am seeking him?" The elder's eyes softened. "Child," he said, "you are not a bell. God needs to hear. You are already in God's hearing. Sit. Let him speak in the silence." So they sat. Thoughts rose. Thoughts fell. The elder did not chase them. He did not flinch when the younger grew tense. Slowly, the younger monk's shoulders began to drop. Not because he conquered his mind, but because he realized he was not his mind's noise. After a time, he felt something he had never felt in all his heroic effort. A small, quiet okayness. He could not name it. He could not describe it. But in that stillness, without words, he knew God had always been there, waiting for him to stop shouting. He did not become perfect. Thoughts still came. But he learned that he could return to that bench, to that shared silence, and God would be there. No performance required. You, too, have such a bench inside you. In a small village, not far from fields and river, lived a woman with a heart full of worry, children, work, illness, money. At night, she lay awake, replaying every conversation, every what if. She prayed by listing her fears to God like receipts. One day, an old mystic passed through the village. They met by chance at the well. she asked him, "Will you teach me a powerful prayer to calm my heart?" He looked at her kindly. "You already have too many powerful thoughts," he said. "I will give you a small prayer instead." He led her to a tree outside the village where the fields opened and the sky was wide. "Sit," he said. She sat. "Close your eyes," he said. She closed them. "On the in-breath," he whispered, "say within, 'Goto, you are here.' On the out-breath, say, 'I am here.' Do this until your body remembers what your mind often forgets, that you and God are in the same place." She tried. At first, her thoughts ran wild, but the simple rhythm of breath and words kept returning, like a tide. "God, you are here. I am here." Worries still came, but they no longer filled the whole sky. Over months, the prayer did not stop her life from being hard. It did something quieter. It placed her in the hands of God during the hardness. On nights when fear returned, she would lie in bed and breathe that small sentence until the rhythm itself rocked her to sleep. You, too, can rest in such a rhythm, with whatever word is real for you. There was also a craftsman, a man of wood and tools. He loved God, but felt unworthy. He thought holiness meant leaving his bench, abandoning his work, joining some higher calling. But he had a family. He had obligations. His prayers were full of apology. "Lord, I only sand wood. Surely this is not enough." One evening, a traveling preacher stayed in his village and watched him at work. The preacher saw the way the man's hands moved over the grain, slow, careful, attentive. He saw the quiet absorption in his face, the way time slipped when the man worked well. "Do you pray?" the preacher asked. "Not enough," the craftsman said. "I have no time for long prayers. Only this." He gestured to the wood. The preacher smiled. "Then let this be your prayer," he said. "Each stroke of the sand, each careful cut, each moment of attention, offer it, not by adding extra words, but by knowing that Wom is with you in the work itself." From then on, the man did not feel far from God at the bench. He did not separate his day into holy and ordinary. The same silence that filled the chapel of his small church began to fill the little workshop. Sometimes, at night, he would lie down and feel sawdust in his hair and smile. Today, he would think, "I prayed with my hands." Then he slept without accusing himself. You, too, have work and tasks that can become prayer when done in quiet awareness, without harsh judgment. These stories do not end with applause. They end the way this night will, in small, quiet surrender. A monk who stops forcing his mind and sits with God in silence. A woman who trades long speeches for one simple breath prayer. A craftsman who discovers God's presence in the weight of his tools. None of them became perfect. All of them became a little more free. As you lie here, maybe you recognize yourself in one of them. Maybe you are the monk, tired of your own thoughts. Maybe you are the woman, heavy with worries. Maybe you are the worker, wondering if your life is holy enough. Tonight, the same grace that visited them walks in this forest beside you. You do not have to chase it. You only have to allow it to sit near your breath, near your bones, near your secret questions. In the next part of our journey, we will let this grace soak into the night itself, seeing darkness not as the absence of God, but as a quiet place where God works unseen while you sleep. The forest has grown even darker, and somehow even gentler. The path is only a suggestion now. You could walk it with your eyes closed. By this point in the night, your body knows you are not in danger. It knows you are allowed to let go. Eckhart would say that God's light can feel like darkness to eyes used to constant brightness. Not because God is absent, but because God is deeper than what the mind can see. Look around you, in your imagination. Tree trunks like quiet sentries, branches black against a sky full of hidden stars. The small chapel, a dim glow between roots and stone. Your own outline softened by the dark. Nothing here asks you to perform. Nothing here needs you to be impressive. Night covers everything with the same cloak. The fallen branch, the leaf, the altar, your tired heart. In this cloak, differences soften. What you did, what you failed to do, what you understand, what you still don't. All of it rests under one sky. Take a slow breath in. Feel the coolness arrive. Let the exhale be long and easy. Instead of asking, "Where is God in this darkness?" let yourself wonder, what if this darkness is also God's way of holding me? Seeds sprout in the dark. Roots drink in the dark. Babies once grew in the dark safety of the womb. There is work that only night can do. So it is with your soul. The part of you that tries to manage everything is finally getting tired. Let it. You do not need to watch over yourself every second. You are watched over by one who does not sleep. If it helps, imagine Christ sitting on the bench you left behind, hands resting on his knees, eyes soft, keeping watch in the clearing while you lie down. You do not have to guard the forest. You do not have to guard yourself. You can lie back now, on moss, on mattress, on whatever holds you, and let the body grow heavy. Feel the back of your head supported. Feel the weight in your shoulders melting downward. Feel your spine uncoil a little, vertebra by vertebra. Your arms do not need to reach. Your hands do not need to grasp. They can rest open, palms relaxed, as if releasing the day into God's keeping. Your chest rises, falls. You do not have to manage the breath. It knows its way. It has known from your first moment. In this deepening dark, we offer a simple blessing, not from someone above you, looking down, but from within the same silence that surrounds us both. May your mind grow dim like a candle at the end of a vigil, not snuffed in anger, but gently lowered because the night has taken over the watching. May every sharp thought soften at the edges. May every replay of the day fade like footsteps disappearing into soft earth. May your heart that has carried so much be cradled now. All its questions, all its aches, all its small, hidden joys. May it hear, even if only faintly, a wordless assurance. I am with you. I was with you. I will be with you. May your body, with its scars and stories, feel accepted exactly as it is. No improvements required for tonight. May the tension in your jaw unclench. May the muscles around your eyes smooth. May your throat open, as if it could finally sigh without restraint. May your breath become a slow river between shores of quiet. On the in-breath, receive. On the out-breath, release. If you carry shame, may it loosen its grip. If you carry grief, may it find a safe place to weep in God's lap. If you carry joy, may it rest without having to prove itself. Meister Eckhart might say that the truest part of you is already in God, and God in you, beyond images, beyond fear. You do not have to reach that place tonight. You are already lying in it. In this divine darkness, you can stop trying to shine. Let God be the light. You be the one who simply lies there and is warmed. If words still help, let one short line repeat inside you with the breath. In, I rest in you. Out, you rest in me. Or simply, in, God is here. Out, I am here. And if even that feels like work, let the words go. The prayer continues without them. Your very being is known. Your very breathing is heard. The forest will keep its vigil. Christ will keep his. Your only task now is to let the night do what only night can do. Knit together what has frayed. Quieten what has shouted. Hold what has been scattered. Slowly, even these sentences grow softer, like footsteps walking away on a path. You are being left not alone, but alone with God, alone with the one who is nearer than your thoughts, gentler than your fears, wider than any darkness. Let yourself drift. If sleep comes, welcome it as a sacrament of trust. You are not falling into nothing. You are falling into the hands that have always held you. You are seen. You are loved. You are allowed to rest in the divine.